Hey, good morning, everybody. If you look off to the southwest, you'll probably notice kind of a light show going on. That's being caused by a severe thunderstorm in Vernon County again. Looked like we had some thunderstorms develop along a leftover boundary from last night's thunderstorms. Um, right now, this is the only severe storm in west central Missouri is down in Vernon County. But these storms are actually moving to the north-northeast very, very slowly at 15 mile an hour. So last night, of course, they were along the leading edge of this front that I'm highlighting right now. And it was up here draped across west central Missouri about where these thunderstorms are lining up. And then dropped south and weakening throughout the night as they approach Springfield. So that cool air is starting to interact this morning with the warmer air, and again along that boundary that's producing these thunderstorms. They have the potential, obviously, to grow into severe storms, as we're seeing down in Vernon County. The biggest threat from any of these are going to be just, very large hail. So, seen some pictures this morning from down in the southern Bates and Vernon County of some hailstones and some damage, and wow, that was an incredible night down there in Vernon County. So, I'm going to take a little closer look right now at this cell. It does appear maybe the hail threat is starting to lessen just a little bit. Maybe a sign it's starting to weaken a little bit. However, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe southern Bates County and St. Clair County could be put into a warning soon for golf ball quarter size hail up to golf ball size hail. Right now, it's showing potential of 1.5 inch hail, which is about ping pong ball size. Hail probability 100% out of that storm. The severe hail, meaning 1 inch or larger, 60% chance that there could be 1 inch or larger hail out of that cell in Vernon County right now. I know it's early. I don't see very many people on the stream right now, but I didn't want anybody to be surprised when they start hearing the thunder. It does not look like there's a lot of lightning with it. When it first popped up, there was a ton of lightning with it, and it's starting to quiet down. So that's also another hint that maybe these cells, once they get away from this front and get away from that leftover boundary, there might not be a whole lot of lifting mechanism to keep these cells together. But nonetheless, I wanted to let everybody know about the potential as this storm moves off to the north and northeast of some large hail associated with it. The tornado threat on any of these storms are really going to be extremely low, mainly because these are elevated thunderstorms, which means they're developing, and all of the updrafts, even though they're mesocyclone, is away from the surface, and you have to have that surface based thunderstorm supercell. Typically, to produce any kind of tornadic circulations, a tornadic storm. So right now these are mainly elevated in nature. They can be loud. They can produce some very large hail. But I'm going to keep watch on this just for a little bit to see if there'll probably be a lot of people get waking up to weather radio going off in St. Clair County or Bates County here. So I want to stay live because as soon as they hear that, they might be coming straight to the page. In the meantime, I'm checking out the Twitter, checking out the National Weather Service, also looking at our weather page. Just to make sure there's not any questions. I don't think there's a lot of people up right now. 5:21 a.m. There are some more cells out here around the Centerview, Garnett, Mountain City area on the Kansas side. These cells are moving to the, looks like they're moving more to the east, southeast. Looks like there was a line of very beneficial rainfall that fell last night from about central Bates County on over to Appleton City, Osceola, and points south and west that received a lot of beneficial rainfall, inch to inch and a quarter, with what I was seeing with most of the reports. So I know all the folks north of you that received that rain last night. We would like to see some of that beneficial rain here over the next couple 3 days. We have a shot of these type of pulse style thunderstorms for actually the next 8 days. So we'll have several opportunities for rain, thunderstorms, and a possibility of some severe thunderstorms, mainly hail producers, over the next 8 days. So again, just to recap, we got a severe thunderstorm warning for Vernon County until 5:45, about another 15-20 minutes left on it. At that time, they had ping pong ball size hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts near Walker, moving northeast at 15 miles an hour. So there is not a severe thunderstorm watch out. This was actually just a line that blew up along a boundary left over from last night thunderstorms. So there's no watch yet. That's not. I wouldn't be surprised if the National Weather Service would issue a watch, at least for these cells that are moving into west central Missouri. They have already shown the potential to be severe with some very large hail down in Vernon County. This cell is moving off to the northeast at 15 miles an hour. So if it retains its intensity, which I think it's kind of cycling through, looks like there's a nice hail core still in eastern Vernon County. We'll take a look at the hail core. Yeah, it's still a pretty good hail core. Small, but looks like just southeast of Four Rivers Conservation Area, northwest of Harwood, west of Shell City. This hail core is moving northeast at 15 miles an hour. Looks like it has the potential for hail to about 1 inch, about quarter size hail. Checking out answer some questions here in our group. So if this retains its strength, there is a possibility National Weather Service could issue a severe thunderstorm warning, possibly for southern St. Clair County, maybe for Bates County in the southern part. If this hail core retains, it does look like it's losing its punch a little bit, not near as much lightning, but the hail core is still there. And again, there's hardly any tornado threat here. These are going to be elevated storms, hail producers, possibly very large hail. So when this storm fired up around Walker, had the potential to drop some ping pong ball sized hail. So we do need to take these seriously. The hail that size can be very catastrophic to both livestock, any animals that are outside, crops, and it can do some severe damage to cars and houses as well. So we do need to take it seriously. If you have any questions, feel free to use the chat. Use the chat if you have a specific question you want to ask, maybe the location where you're at. Looks like we've got a few on here right now. So just a brief recap: there's some thunderstorms that fired up along a frontal boundary, an outflow boundary. I'm sorry, that was formed from last night's thunderstorms. So they are moving northeast. Moving into a less favorable environment because they're going to be away from the frontal boundary, away from the outflow boundary from last night's storms. So I don't know if they're going to make it all the way into west central Missouri outside of Nevada without losing in intensity, but we might gain some good rainfall possibly for some of us. So right now the cell down in Vernon County has a severe thunderstorm warning for another 17 minutes. Has the potential right now some quarter-size hail. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and jump this back over to reflectivity. Kind of show you guys what we got going on right now. So not a whole lot of activity on the Missouri side. It does stretch over on the Kansas side. We've got a couple cells watching this cell down in southern Bates County. That would be this one right here, and another one in northeastern Vernon County, which is actually under a severe thunderstorm warning right now for hail to the size of ping pong ball size, according to the warning. So if this cell should happen in Bates County to strengthen, or this cell continues to strengthen in Vernon County, there could be a warning or two be expanded out into the Bates or St. Clair County. And these were, you always have a potential, especially as warm and moist as what we are right now. Right now you got 65 degrees and a 58 degree dew point. So when we get warm and moist air close to a frontal boundary, Um, this can easily happen. There's no watches out currently from the National Weather Service. I don't think they're planning on issuing one. Let me jump over to the SPC and see if they have a mesoscale discussion out for us. Yeah, so currently the Storm Prediction Center, they do not even have a mesoscale discussion for West Central Missouri, showing a potential for a watch to be issued. So I believe it kind of caught just about everybody by surprise. Storm Prediction Center, National Weather Service. So I wanted to go live this morning just to, I know many of you are going to be waking up here in the next 30 minutes between 5:30 and 6 o'clock. So just to recap, we've got one severe thunderstorm warning in Vernon County. A line of thunderstorms had formed along a leftover boundary from last night's thunderstorms. So there are no severe thunderstorm watches for West Central Missouri at this current time. We have one cell in southern Bates County, southwest Bates County, and another one in northeast Vernon County. The one in northeast Vernon County has the potential for up to ping pong ball size hail, and there is that severe thunderstorm warning expires in about 13 minutes for Vernon County. This one in southwest Bates County near New Hope, looks like it's kind of just northwest of Sprague. Does seem to be having some, probably some nickel-sized hail right now associated with it. Be watching this closely to see if it strengthens. Once you get up to 1-inch hail, then it becomes severe. So they would issue a severe thunderstorm warning if this got up to the potential for quarter-size hail. So we'll be keeping an eye on that as well. And then we have some storms out here on the Kansas side. All of these storms are moving very, very, very slowly to the east, northeast at 15 mile an hour. So it's they are not moving very fast at all. They can provide very beneficial rains over an extended period of time, since these cells aren't moving very fast. And just checking out our group, making sure nobody has any questions they posted in our Facebook group. So I will likely not stay live for very much longer. I want to jump on at least for a while to let people know about what's going on. It's a lot easier to talk about what's going on than typing it all out. So right now, again, we have looks like a potential for some small hail to the west of Rich Hill in Bates County. You are not under a severe thunderstorm warning at this time. We do have potential for ping pong ball size hail northeast Vernon County, and it will be moving over to the St. Clair County line here the next 30 minutes. Looks like still the potential for 1-inch hail. Looks like there's about a 30% chance of 1-inch hail within this cell. So the probability has gone down quite a bit over the last 20 minutes. So we'll wait and find out, see if that will strengthen or continue the trend of weakening as it moves into St. Clair County. So what I think I'll do, I will go ahead and sign off right now from our live discussion. Everybody kind of knows what's going on that have tuned in so far. About another 9 minutes left of that severe thunderstorm warning for Vernon County. I will be keeping my eye on this cell over in Bates County, just to the west of Rich Hill. Looks like it has some small penny-sized hail. So I will be watching that. Let me put a storm track on that. So it looked like mainly rural areas. It looked like Butler at about 6:19. So here in about 40 minutes, this cell that has some small hail in it will be reaching the Butler area around 6:19. And if this storm continues the same path, let's do the same for here. Alright, looked like Taborville at 5:48, Rockville at 5:53, Lucas Springs 6:11, Johnson City at 6:13, and Ohio at 6:32. So mainly rural areas as it approaches into St. Clair County from the Vernon County side. So what I'll do, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I will continue to update in Facebook group. And if another cell should happen to be strong enough to be issued a severe thunderstorm warning, I might go live as people begin to wake up closer to 6 a.m. and give a brief update. The tornado threat is very, very, very low. These are mainly going to be elevated thunderstorms in nature, possibly a lot of lightning and the potential for very large hail. So those large hail is our primary concern with any of these stronger cells, and I will be updating as needed. Thanks, guys.